lips. Nude lips. I was really gonna go live on this one, be getting ready and going live, but I figured, why? Because I'm not about to beat my face this late at night, okay? I'm just gonna have to wash it off because I'm not going to bed with no makeup on my face. Hi, my name is Jay and welcome back to my channel. So today, if you read the title, we're going to be talking about 10 things that no one told me about pregnancy. I have been pregnant twice now. I'm on my second baby, and these are just things that I never heard of until I became pregnant. And then people were just like, yeah, that's normal. And I'm like, so why did no one say anything? You know, you go to the doctor and you're like, yeah, something's feeling weird. And they're like, oh yeah, that's normal. If you're new to my channel, hi, it's good to see you. And please subscribe, join our beautiful family, please. And if you're not new to my channel and you've seen at least 3 of my videos, I have no idea why you haven't subscribed, because that's some loyalty right there. We are a family. We're knitted together. We have a connection. Obviously, if you sit here and watch me more than once, we have some type of connection. So the first thing that no one told me about being pregnant was fatigue. Fatigue being like your first sign of being pregnant. Everyone in the movies and just in the media in general always made it seem like you would feel sick when you would throw up if you knew you were pregnant. And it's like, that never happened to me. I threw up further along into my pregnancies. My first sign was that I was just tired all the time. Like, I slept. My first pregnancy, I would go to work and I would come home and I would sleep. And I would wake up to go to work. I would never make dinner. I would watch movies with my husband. None of that. I would just go straight to bed and go straight to sleep. And with my second, it was kind of the same thing. And it was even more because at the time when I found out, I was also breastfeeding. So it was like I was really trying to keep 3 bodies alive. Myself, my first baby, and then the second baby growing in me. It was way too much. I was asleep all the time. I didn't want to do nothing. Didn't want to talk to nobody. None of that. And you stay tired. When you get to your last trimester, you're tired. I swear, walking up the steps feels like a workout. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So number 2, because that just leads right into number 2, is shortness of breath. No one told me, people always were like, yeah, you're pregnant, so, then I guess they can't breathe. Dude, you feel that shortness of breath early, okay? I'm talking about 15 weeks, when you barely got a little bump, you know what I'm saying? And it's dang, why can't I breathe? Why can't I breathe, type thing. And and I try to explain it to my husband because he's like, oh, well, if you just work out a little bit more, your body will adjust. I'm like, dude, you just don't understand. No, it won't. I'm still gonna have shortness of breath. That's just one of the symptoms of being pregnant. And as you get bigger, you get more, you can't breathe more because at one point the baby's gonna be in your lungs, and your lungs are struggling to expand, the way they need to properly give your body oxygen. So it's even if I work out, I'm just making myself more tired. I'm just making my body more tired. And that's another thing. People are like, oh yeah, work out during pregnancy. And I'm not saying don't. Please do. But, or at least stay active. But don't be doing all these extra workouts and stuff. Do some light workout like yoga. Because these extra workouts, no one ain't tell me that, guess what? It's still gonna hurt when it's time to push. It's still gonna hurt when you feel them contractions. They be talking about, doing squats will make your labor better and stuff like that. Walking up the hill, walking around the house, walking up and down the stairs multiple times, doing all this, walking around the mall 6 times. it make your labor better. It still hurts. It still hurts. It still hurts. I did all that with my first baby. I walked around my neighborhood daily, especially in my second trimester. I walked up and down these steps and did squats at the top, squats at the bottom. And let me tell you, when them contractions hit, it still hurt. It hurt bad. And to top it all off, I didn't even have a natural birth. I had a C-section. So I did all of that just to make myself tired. And don't y'all say, oh, well, it helped you snap back. No, because it still took me about 5 to 6 months to really snap back. And my stomach still don't look the same. I mean, I was back in my pants, but my stomach still don't look the same. So I don't want to hear all that. It make it easier. Whatever. Do you. Everything ain't for everybody. That ain't for me. Now, you also will get some type of relief from the shortness of breath when the baby drops, because like the baby will like get into position to be delivered. Like I experienced that with this one. I didn't really experience it with Isla too much because she was already kind of in her position from the start. But with Adonis, I definitely feel it. I felt it when he dropped because he was laying horizontal for the majority of my pregnancy. And then finally he just flipped, and now I can breathe a little better. I still am out of breath, but I can breathe a little better. Okay, so my third thing is, no one really told me that friends that aren't pregnant or don't have children really don't understand you very well. Like, they don't understand why you can't do certain activities, and like it doesn't really hit them until like you have to say no to things. Like, you know, as badly as I want to go out, you know, just to hang out with friends, not to like, you know, party or whatever, like just to maybe stop and get a glass of wine or something. I can't, like, you know, I can't go into a public as big as I am and grab a glass of wine with my friend. You know, like I know some people drink in their last trimester, but like you can't really do it, you know, any other time. And it looks crazy AF when you do it. So it's just like you can't do certain activities. And they have a hard time understanding because it's like that's how y'all spend time together. And so, you know, you have to come up with new ways to spend time, and they don't really get that. And it gets worse after you have the baby, because like then your mindset, your lifestyle, your goals, everything has changed at that point. And your friends' goals and lifestyle and everything has probably stayed the same. And so, you know, like to you, packing the car with the baby and the stroller and all that stuff is a lot of work. But, you know, for your friend, it's just like they just get in the car. So things are a little bit more complicated when it comes to you, like having a child and your friend not having a child. And they have a hard time understanding that. They can't really understand it because, you know, they don't live that lifestyle. You know, like I can remember my brother, you know, like he'll phone call me or he'll call me on the phone all the time. And just randomly. And it's like sometimes I can't answer because I'm putting the baby to sleep. Like I hate when people call me because I'm like, I'm trying to put this baby to sleep and my phone is broke, so it's always on loud. So if you call me, you're really disturbing what I'm trying to do. So like I always prefer text. He wouldn't think about that because he doesn't have a kid, you know? So like it's not his first thought to be all like, oh, let me not call because of the baby, you know? And like it's just kind of like that. You know, if you have friends that stick with you past baby and past pregnancy, kudos to them, because it's really hard to understand that. I really didn't get it until my sister lived with us with her son, and I was like, wow, you know, like I gotta give it to parents. Like this is something, whew. And here I am. I'm a parent. Number 4 would be appetite. Your appetite fluctuates. So like a lot of people and a lot of the media made me think that once you're pregnant, you want to eat. And you crave this and you want that. And it's like, that's not really how it was for me. In my first trimester, I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't want nothing because it made me sick. And I just didn't. I had to eat like super plain food, like fruits and crackers and stuff like that, because I really didn't want anything. I didn't crave nothing. I hated it. It was nasty. It was just too much. And then with this pregnancy, it's just like things start tasting different. And I don't necessarily, like some days I'll be wanting to eat a lot. Like I'll eat like a black hole. Like I'll just keep eating. And then some days it's like I'm not really feeling it. I don't really feel like eating. So like I hate when people be all like, you're eating for two, because it's like, you know, not all the time, man. Not all the time. And it ain't two full-size adults. It's like one adult and one small baby. You know, like I think my doctor told me that like you're only supposed to have an additional 500 calories on top of whatever you have already been eating for your body. So it's like, I don't want to hear that eating for two. You just say you being fat and you want to eat. Okay? I ain't nothing wrong with that. Huh? I be having them moments just like downstairs. I ate a whole big sausage thing. My dad had a little piece and then I ate the rest. Sometimes you get in the mood to be hungry. But earlier this morning, I decided I only wanted one grilled cheese sandwich. Never know. That leads me into number 5, being cravings. The way that people make cravings sound was like, you're going to be craving this specifically weird thing all the time, your entire pregnancy. And it's like, no, that's not at all what I experienced. I actually, with Isla, my first pregnancy, I did crave McDonald's fries with extra salt. I would get it on my way to work and I would get it at lunch. And sometimes I would get it on my way home. And that happened for, I want to say, my second trimester. And then when I hit my third trimester, I really wasn't craving anything but ice. And that's probably just because I had low iron, to be honest. Now with this pregnancy, I crave things, but I crave like a genre of things. So I'll just be craving something sweet. And like, I'll just eat a lot of sweet things. So cereal, ice cream, cake, cupcakes. Like I'll just eat a bunch of those things because I want something sweet. And if I want something salty, I'll just keep eating a bunch of salty things. Sometimes I get a specific craving like donuts. I've been craving donuts. But like it's not like from a specific place. I don't mind getting donuts from Kroger. I don't mind getting donuts from Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, a donut shop. I don't care as long as it's a donut. And like a lot of people made it seem like you would crave like pickles with ice cream. And it's like, I never had that weird craving. I just ate what I ate. And it wasn't like a strong craving. The only craving that was very strong is the ice. I still crave ice. And I think that's just because I have low iron. But yeah, your cravings are like constantly changing. Like you don't crave the same thing all the time. And I wish people wouldn't put that stigma on pregnant people. Because like I felt really bad when people would ask me and be like, so what are your cravings? And I'm just like, today I am craving Taco Bell, if you're trying to go. Number 6 is probably the one that I didn't expect at all. When I saw pregnant people before I was pregnant, I just was like, oh my God, they're so cute. Their little belly, like, oh, it's just so cute. They look cute. And now that I am pregnant, the uncomfortability of being pregnant is ridiculous. Like, you're uncomfortable all the time, 24/7. Like even right now, me sitting here, I'm uncomfortable. It really does feel like you're sharing your body with another person, especially during my first pregnancy. I really felt like, you know, this is my space, as in this is my body space. And it felt like somebody was just like constantly right here all the time in my space. And it's like, I mean, technically they are. I mean, they're right here all the time in your space. They never leave, and they just keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger until you almost feel like you're being pushed against your own personal walls because they're just growing. It's the weirdest thing I had to adjust to, and I think that's the thing that I don't like about pregnancy is having to share my body. Other than that, pregnancy isn't too bad, you know, like it's not too bad, but that's just something I struggle with. You know, a lot of moms liked being pregnant. I personally don't like being pregnant. If I could not be pregnant, I'd probably have more children. But after this one, I'm done. So number 7, this one's kind of a downer, but I feel like it needs to be touched on, is depression. People tend to talk about postpartum depression a lot and about how you get depressed after having a baby and stuff like that. But they don't talk about depression while you're pregnant. Every mom that I know personally has had depression while they were pregnant. it's just having to go from one specific type of lifestyle, one specific type of body, one specific type of mindset, and be brushed and rushed into another one, especially if you're not ready to have a baby. It can really cause depression. For me, for both my pregnancies, I experienced depression because, especially with my daughter Isla, because I'm a really, petite girl. And before Isla, I was really into fashion and makeup and doing all this stuff and looking really cute. And now when I became pregnant, my body started to change. My body didn't fit the same clothes anymore. It didn't look as cute in the same outfits anymore. I couldn't do the same things. Didn't have the energy to want to put my makeup on. Didn't have the energy to want to put my wigs on. It made me depressed because I was like, this isn't me. This isn't what I normally do. I'm normally the type of person that likes to go out and look cute and do all these things, but I can't because I'm pregnant. And it really makes you go into yourself and withdraw from people sometimes. And that's why you have to check in on your pregnant friends, because their emotions are everywhere. And just their pants not fitting really might crush their whole day. One time I really wanted to wear a specific outfit, and I thought that it would look really cute on me, and I put it on and it just didn't fit, and it broke my heart. I was just I can't go anywhere, I can't do nothing, this sucks, I don't even know why I'm here. I have a really spontaneous lifestyle as well. So me and my husband, we would go do things really often, and being pregnant, you're really tired all the time, and so you can't go do things. And that really depressed me because I just stayed at home all day, and I didn't want to be at home. My second pregnancy, I decided I'm not going to be like how I was with Isla. I'm going to force myself to go do things, but you're still limited to the things that you can do. I can't, me and my husband, we used to go bar hopping during the day. We would on a Saturday morning, we would head on over to Nashville and we would just drink at different bars or whatever and get daytime drunk, so to speak, and then just hang out in Nashville. And I can't do that. I'm pregnant. So I just have to watch my husband have fun, and that's depressing within itself. So depression is real. Please check on your pregnant friends or your friends who just had kids, because it's a huge lifestyle change, and it's something that is permanent. It's not something that they can just get over. It's permanent. Number 8, because my battery is dying, is your nerves are bad. So I don't mean nerves as in ooh, I'm scared, but I mean nerves as in your legs. They're super itchy, and they're super you'll have a little spasm or something, and they're just especially the bigger you get. And my doctor explained it as your kid is the bigger they get, they're kind of sitting on some of the nerves and blood vessels that lead to your legs, so it causes your leg to fall asleep or itch or something like that. I do want y'all to know, if you are pregnant and you experience any itchy legs, bring it up to your doctor just real quick, because it could be colitis, which is a liver issue that could affect your baby. But 9 times out of 10 it probably isn't, but just check to be sure, because there's all types of stuff when it comes to babies. 9. So how much your hormones really control. People make it seem like hormones are just emotions. They're not just emotions. They control your sex drive, the things that you like, the things that you do, how your state of mind is. They control everything, okay? Sometimes I don't like the taste of food because of a hormone. Sometimes I don't feel like having sex because of a hormone. Sometimes I'm crying because of a hormone. It's all different. Sometimes I feel skydiving because of a hormone. I don't want to skydive. But sometimes I feel like it. You know what I mean? It's your hormones control a lot of things. It's a lot of stuff. And people they always associate pregnancy with you're crying or you're angry, or they never associate it with everything else that comes with it. The hormones basically control how you function in the world. And last but not least, this is probably the thing that happened to me. I don't know if it's happened to anybody else, but your boobs leak. They leak during pregnancy. It's not a whole lot, but they do definitely leak, and you feel it trickle a little bit. I remember with my first pregnancy, I told my mom, and my mom got scared, and she was like, "Oh my God, you need to tell your doctor." And she always says that. She says that about everything. No, it's actually really quite normal, and actually it's a good thing, because if your boobs leak, then that means your boobs are working to make the milk for the baby, so it works before the baby comes out. But even if they don't, it can still work after the baby comes out. But that's just an early sign to know that you're good to go, mama, and you're doing a great job. My battery is dying, and so I'm kind of rushing through. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more videos like this, please hit the thumbs up and comment down below any weird things that you didn't know about pregnancy, because, man, there's a lot. There's more to this list that I didn't know about, but I didn't want to make this thing drag on longer than it needs to be. Thank you so much for joining me, and see y'all in the next one.